Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Daria if you're new here, and today's class is called Washed in Breath. This practice is all about linking the breath and the movement and finding more depth to our physical postures by incorporating and washing the breath through the body to create release and to ultimately create depth. This is really feel good, it's really flowy. So you just need yourself and a space to move, maybe a couple of yoga blocks. If you have some, grab them. And when you're ready, we'll get started. Start simply by finding a comfortable seat. You can meet me in Sukhasana here, or if you prefer to sit up on your knees, that's a great place to be as well. And then bring your palms down onto your thighs. They can face up or down, whatever works for you. Start to softly close your eyes and start to melt into the surface beneath you. Feel the deep rooting of your sitting bones and begin right away to notice how you're breathing. Without trying to change anything about the breath, just observe what it is like to breathe as you arrive to your mat. Feel the temperature of the breath, feel the depth of the breath. And notice if you're breathing through your nose or if you're breathing through your mouth. And as you observe the breath, see if you can observe also any stickiness in your physical body. This could be like in the form of tension, like muscles that are sore or contracted. Or maybe it's more of an emotional stickiness, like tension in the chest or tension in your face, your jaw, your shoulders, that is arising as a result of some kind of feeling. Now start to be more intentional with your breath. And begin breathing in and out through your nose. And see if you can start to, it's like you're breathing through your full body all at once. Breathing to fill the lungs. And send your breaths out to whatever kind of tension you're experiencing, whether that be like the physical soreness, muscular tension, or maybe it's more of like the emotional sticky spots. And through all of it, try to release control and release judgment. Let things be as they are. Just wash them in breath. Keep it gentle. Keep it easy. In through the nose. Out through the nose. Stay here for 2 more rounds of breath. Broaden your collarbones a little more and breathe to the surface of them with your inhalation. Exhale all the way down into the core of your pelvis. 1 more breath in. And out. Softly, blink your eyes open. Let's climb up to tabletop. Meet me on your hands and your knees. Spread down into your finger pads. And right away, tuck your toes behind you and see if you can tuck all 10 toes, even the pinky toes, really spreading open into the soles of your feet. With your inhalation, start to curve the tip of your tailbone up toward the sky. Let your sitting bones get wide. And then begin to hug in a little bit through your side bodies, through your waist. And reach from the base of your ribs forward through your heart as you contract your full back body and lift your eyes up to the sky, cow pose. Now, with your breath out, keep the curves in your spine. Shift your hips back in space like you're reaching them towards your heels, but keep reaching and stretching through your spine so your heart moves forward. On your next inhalation, get rounded. So belly button suctions in and up. Hug your inner thighs a little toward one another and shift forward to hands and knees like a cat pose. Then keep moving forward through your pelvis and your hips. Press your toenails down, untucking your toes. And then land your thighs, land your pelvis, your belly, your chest, and your chin. Slow roll down onto the front body. Next inhalation, press into your toenails, lift up through your thighs. Float your heart off the ground and hover your hands like an inch off the ground. Baby cobra. Draw the tips of the shoulder blades together behind you and let this be an elongated pose. Really try to keep the tops of the feet anchored and create space in the back of your neck by reaching the crown of your head forward. One more breath in. Breathing out, palms by your ribs. Come through hands and knees, tucking your toes. Hug in through your core and send your hips all the way up to the sky, meeting in a downward facing dog. Now here, just wash through your body with your breath. Couple really full, deep breaths. You can literally imagine the breath moving as fluidly as water. And then if you really go internally and feel, you can feel for places where it's like the water is getting stuck on like a tree limb or something in a river. Same thing with tension in your body. There's these moments sometimes where the breath catches or gets stuck. So observe those and see if you can gradually let the breath become more silky, velvety. Move through any pedaling of the feet or rocking of the hips or shaking of the head that you like in your body. With your next inhalation, start to float your heels off the ground, round through your spine and come forward into a plank. Shoulders over your wrists, squeeze up through your thighs. Breathing out, sink your knees to the ground. Inhale, arch your back, pull your palms back towards your thighs, tailbone up, heart forward, eyes up. Breathing out, hips lean back towards your heels, dig down through the pads of your fingers. With your inhalation, get really hollow in your core, really rounded in your spine. Come onto hands and knees, then keep sending your hips forward. Press your toenails down, sink your pelvis, your belly, your chest, and your chin. As you inhale, float your heart, float your hands off the ground. As you exhale, squeeze your inner thighs, spread your toes, float your feet, and float your thighs. One more breath in, elongate. Breathing out, palms down, toes curl under, come through hands and knees and back into downward facing dog. Take 3 rounds of breath here. Let these moments in down dog be your chance to ground, connect to the earth, feel your anchor points. Close your lowest set of ribs and reach your heart back towards your thighs. Inhale, heels rise, round through your spine and come forward into a plank. As you breathe out, softly sink your knees to the mat. Inhale, arch your back, tail curls up, heart forward, eyes to the sky. Breathing out, hips to the heels, coming into an active child's pose. With the breath in, we round through the spine. Really feel the breath moving into your back body as you come to hands and knees, and then sink all the way down onto your belly. This time, keep your palms by your ribs. As you inhale, press into them and start to float all the way up into a higher cobra. Squeeze the tips of the shoulder blades together. Keep digging down into your toenails and find a really energetic lift of it's like your low belly moving up towards your belly button. One more breath in, lift your eyes. As you breathe out, just look over your right shoulder, but keep drawing back on your left shoulder. Inhale through center. Exhale, look left, pull back on the right shoulder. Last inhale here, reach from the base of your heart forward. Breathing out, tuck your toes, press through hands and knees, and send your hips to the sky, downward facing dog. Take 3 rounds of breath. Can you carry the breath even deeper now? With your next inhalation, start to look forward to the top of your mat. And as you breathe out, travel there, however you'd like to get there. We'll meet and land in a ragdoll, toes behind the wrists. Let your spine really feel that ragdoll effect. So the head is so heavy, back of the neck is super long. Rock a little side to side, or bend one knee and the other, bend both knees a little deeper. Let yourself feel free to explore any movements you want to take. Let your next inhalation wash through your spine and rise you up into a halfway lift. Crown of head forward, tailbone reaching back. As you breathe out, just bow down once again, chest leaning over your thighs, crown of head reaching toward your toes. Inhale, halfway lift, comb the breath through your body. And exhale, bow down, forward fold. One more time, breathe in like a wave rising through your spine, grow so long. And breathe out, find the release, bow down. Press through your big toes, hug in through your core, and round your spine. Coming all the way up to stand really slowly, head heavy all the way to the top. And then as your head rises, take a couple rolls of the shoulders, let them melt down your back. Feet can stay parallel or walk them together to touch. Next inhalation, arms go wide and then skyward. Look to your thumbs. Breathing out, palms to prayer, heart center. Close your eyes, pause. As we begin to flow and move into our practice, see how much you can feel every single breath. Try to be so attuned to your breathing and the rhythm of your breath linking to your movement that not a single inhale or exhale goes by without you noticing it. Breathe in here. Breathe out. Eyes open, palms down. Inhale, reach up and look up. Exhale, long spine, dive down, forward fold, Uttanasana. Take a breath in, halfway lift, Ardha Uttanasana, stretch it out. As you breathe out, place your palms to the mat, softly step back into a plank, pause and breathe. Compress through your core, but see if you can keep the fullness of your breath. Press the ground away from you so much so that the space at the upper back, the back of your heart, gets really puffy toward the sky. And then reach your crown of head forward, heels back. One more inhale. Exhale, bend your elbows, lower halfway, chaturanga. Hug the elbows tight towards your ribs. Breathe in and rise into upward facing dog or cobra. Reach your heart forward. As you breathe out, belly button to spine, send your hips back, downward facing dog. Next inhalation, stretch high through your right leg, three-legged down dog. Stack right hip over the left one, but keep your legs straight here. So it's just like a big open stretch through your legs. Keep driving both palms into the earth. One more inhalation. With your exhalation, square off your hips, lift your left heel, hollow into your core. Hug your right knee to your chest, look forward, step forward. Come onto your fingertips. Keep your back knee lifted and just reach your chest forward with an inhale. With an exhale, step forward and fold forward. Bring your feet together or parallel. Inhale, long spine, press down and rise to standing. Look to your thumbs. Exhale, palms to prayer, heart center. Inhale, reach up, gaze up. Exhale, forward fold, dive. Breathe in, halfway lift. Breathe out, place your palms to the mat and softly step back into a plank. See how much you can squeeze the whole front side of your body. Firm your thighs, energize your glutes, and then grow longer. Wrap your biceps a little forward. Wrap your triceps a little bit backward. Breathe in and lean your shoulders over your wrists. Breathe out, bend your elbows, come halfway down, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Toenails deeply rooted, lift your pelvic floor. Breathing out, belly button to spine, hips extend up and back, downward facing dog. Inhale, stretch high through your left leg into three-legged down dog. Stack left hip on top of the right. Just open it up, air it out. No need to bend the knee unless you want. Can you spread your toes a little more? Both sets of toes. One more inhale. With your exhale, square your hips. Float your right heel, look forward. Hug your left knee tight to your chest and then transition, left foot, left thumb. Come onto your fingertips. Breathing in, lean your heart forward. Breathing out, step. Feet together at the top of your mat. Inhale with a long spine. Press down and rise to standing, look up. Exhale, palms to prayer, heart center. Breathe in, reach up. Breathe out, Uttanasana, forward fold. Inhale to a halfway lift. Exhale, chaturanga, step back, float back, whatever you want to do. Breathe in, up dog or maybe cobra, arcing forward through your heart. Breathe out, hips high to the sky, downward facing dog. Inhale, stretch your right leg high, stack your hip, keep your knees straight, and just enjoy this little opening here. One more breath in, just square your hips. Reach high through the right toes. Breathing out, softly land right foot forward to the top of your mat. This time, sink your left knee. With an inhalation, let your fingertips float up to the sky, Anjaneyasana. With an exhalation, sink your hips down and forward. Send your left fingertips off the mat beside you. Cactus up through your right elbow and start to pivot your heart to the sky. Stay here, or if you'd like, you can kick your left heel in. See if you can grab from the foot, from the outer side or the inside. Hug right heel backward in space, left knee a little forward in space, so you're squeezing toward the midline. And then feel your heart rising like it's a balloon. It inflates with every breath in. With every breath out, sink into your pelvis. One more inhale. Exhale, unwind, face the top of your mat. Plug your left big toe down and lift your left knee off the ground. Inhale, rising to stand in a high lunge. With your exhale, lean your torso forward, forward, forward. Come to the tip of your left toe and then see how gracefully you can glide up and back into airplane pose. Squeezing the shoulder blades together. Press down through your right big toe. Hug in through your core. Breathe in. Breathing out, press down, rise to standing, and kick your left heel in towards your sitting bone as you do. Bring your heel of your hand to your left big toe mound, and then stretch up through your right fingertips. Squeeze your inner thighs, breathe in. With your breath out, find a really gentle dancer's pose. So nothing crazy here. Just kicking a little bit back through your left shin. Keep lifting through your low belly and hug your inner thighs. Maybe not even leaning the torso forward too much in this first dancer's pose. One more breath in. As you breathe out, press down, rise to standing. Place your left foot down beside the right one. Breathe in, look to your thumbs. Breathe out, forward fold, diving down. Now take an inhalation, halfway lift, and as you do, widen your feet so they're about hips distance apart and turn your toes out. And with your breath out, sink your hips deeply down into Malasana. One breath here, reach your heart to your thumbs. As you breathe out, lean a little forward, squeeze in through your core, and sink your sitting bones all the way to the mats. Right away, let's find Navasana. You can have knees bent, legs straight, hands to your thighs, hands forward, whatever you like. Take a deep, full breath in. Breathing out, Ardha Navasana, lower down halfway. Hug your lower back to the earth. Let's rock here, just riding little waves of breath. For 4, just for 3, shoulder blades off the ground, 2, and 1. Inhale, exhale, hug your right knee to your chest. Now take a breath in here. As you breathe out, we're gonna rock up, place your right foot down. Find your blocks and bring your fingertips onto blocks. Left heel can be down for support or keep your left foot lifted. Lean forward, see if you can come into a little squat, a one-legged squat here. Now lift your right heel off the ground, breathing in. As you breathe out, press down, rise to standing, and glide your left toes to the back of the mat into a standing L position. Take a breath in here and elongate. If you got stuck in that transition, no worries, just find your way up to the right foot. And then with your breath out, bow it down, standing splits. Reaching your heart down over your right thigh. Drop the crown of your head heavy, thinking like a full waterfall effect again through the spine. One more breath in. And breathing out, step your left foot down beside the right. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, just to fold. Long spine, rise to standing, press through your feet, and rise up. Exhale, palms to prayer heart center. Inhale, reach up, look up. Exhale, forward fold, dive down. Breathe in, take a halfway lift. Breathe out, chaturanga, step back, float back, however you like to go. Breathing in, upward facing dog, open the heart. Breathe out, downward facing dog, hips high. Next inhalation, stretch your left leg high, 3-legged down dog. Open up your hips and just take a moment here to air things out. Keep a micro bend in your right knee. One more breath in, lengthen. Breathing out, step left foot forward between your palms and land your right knee softly to the mat. Inhale, fingertips rise to the sky, Anjaneyasana. And now exhale, right palm or fingertips off the mat beside you. Start to curve open through your chest. So peeling back with both shoulders so the shoulder blades can hug. Stay here or kick right heel in, reach around and back. See if you can catch for your foot. Take a few breaths. Where can you wash the breath through in a sweeter way? Is there anywhere that the breath is getting stuck? One more inhale. And as you exhale, let it go, unwind. Right toes tuck behind you. Hug in through your core, press down into both big toes and stretch your right leg straight behind you, coming into a high crescent lunge. Float your fingertips up. Breathe in here. Now with your breath out, start to lean forward, glide your arms wide, and then send your right leg up and back behind you, coming into airplane pose. Take a full breath in. As you breathe out, press down, rise to standing and draw your right heel in towards your sitting bone. Heel of the hand meets your right big toe mound. Flex your toes a little bit into your hand. Squeeze your inner thighs and lift up through your pelvic floor. Breathing to create more space in the heart. And then with your breath out, energetically kick your right foot into your right hand. Drop both shoulders away from your ears and steady the focus of your gaze. Just find one point to look and then don't let it move. Good, one more breath in. And as you breathe out, we press down, rise up to standing, and see how softly and intentionally you can place right foot down beside the left. Inhale here. Exhale, forward fold, dive down. Breathe in, halfway lift, and as you do, walk your feet wider to your Malasana stance. Breathe out, sink your hips between your heels. Inhale here, palms to prayer. Exhale, coming down to a seat, use your core. Breathe in, Navasana. Float your legs, bent or straight. Breathing out, come down, half boat, Ardha Navasana. Take a little rock here. Press your low back flat, belly button to spine. Keep a broadness in your chest and your collarbones. Just for 3, for 2, for 1. Now, inhale. Exhale, bend your left knee in toward your chest. Deep breath in. Breathing out, rock up to a seat, left foot to the ground. Find your blocks or not, hands or fingertips to the blocks. Lean forward and come up into your little pistol squat here. Good. From here, you can start to lift your left heel off the ground so you have a little more space. Breathing in. With your breath out, press straight down, round into your spine. Hover your right toes off the ground and then stretch them to the back of your mat. Standing L, full breath in. It's like a halfway lift in the spine, but with the extended leg behind. And then as you breathe out, fold into your standing splits. Bow, chest over your thigh, crown of head toward your toes. Reach higher through the tips of the right toes for one more inhale. And as you exhale, just step your feet together and fold down. Breathe in, halfway lift. Breathe out, bow, forward fold. Inhale, long spine, press down, rise to standing, and look to your thumbs. Exhale, palms to prayer, heart center, pause. Just feel for a moment. Collect your breath and rinse away anything that came up in that little flow. We're gonna go one more time each side. Inhale, reach to the sky, look to your thumbs. Exhale, forward fold, long spine, dive down. Breathe in, halfway lift, grow really long. Breathe out, palms to the mat, step or float back, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog, pull your heart forward. Exhale, hips to the sky, downward facing dog. On your inhalation, float your right leg high, 3-legged down dog. Open your hip up and option this round to flip to wild thing if you'd like. Drawing your tips of your right toes to the back of the mat behind you. Rooting into your left fingertips and then just grow up through your whole front body. Opening up through the chest. Right fingertips back. Breathe in. As you breathe out, stack right side body on top of the left. Pivot back into a 3-legged down dog, squaring off the hips. Stretch your right leg high. Breathe out, right foot forward to the top of your mat. Land your left knee. Inhale, fingertips rising up. Kneeling warrior. Exhale, left palm or fingertips down. Find a twist or add the quad stretch. Breathe in, pull your feet toward one another. Breathe out and sink your hips, but lift your hearts. One more inhale. Exhale, unwind, face the top of your mat, plug into your big toes, and as you breathe in, let that inhale float your back knee off the ground and float your arms up. As you exhale, lean forward, come to the tip of your left big toe, and then float your left leg back as you press into your right foot, airplane pose. Inhale. Exhale, rise to standing, and as you do, draw your left heel in towards your sitting bone. Reach to find a connection of left hand to foot. Setting up for dancer's pose, breathe in. As you breathe out, start to find some depth here. Kick back into the left shin. You can have a little micro bend in your right knee. And notice maybe you have a little more space to go deeper this time. Maybe not. Wherever you are, be there. Inhale. Exhale, press down, rise to standing, and place your left foot down beside the right. Breathe in, look up. Breathe out, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. And as you do, walk your feet a little wider. Exhale, sink your hips down between your heels. Breathing in, arms up. Breathing out, hips to the ground, sitting bones to the ground. Float your feet, Navasana. Inhale. Exhale, Ardha Navasana. Breathe in. Breathe out right away, right knee towards your chest. Take a breath in. Breathing out. See if maybe using the little momentum this time, we can rock up, place the right foot down, fingertips down, come through the little squat, lift your right heel, then hover your left foot and glide it back into standing L. Deep breath in. Breathing out, standing splits. This time here, open your hip again, left hip a little bit stacked over the right one. One more inhale, breath. And with an exhale breath, fold forward. Breathe in, halfway lift. Breathe out, bow down. Feel the sweetness of your breath. Inhale, long spine, rise to standing, look to the sky. Exhale, palms to prayer, heart center. Inhale, reach up and look up. Exhale, dive down, forward fold. Breathe in, halfway lift. Breathe out, chaturanga, step back, float back. Inhale to upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Breathe in and glide your left leg high, three-legged down dog. Open up the hip, and if you'd like, you can pivot into wild thing. Spin your right heel down, step your left toes off the mat behind you. Right shoulder blade scoops up to the back of your heart, and then bridge your hips up toward the sky, and open it up. Wash the breath through. Take an inhalation. And with your exhalation, come back through like a side plank and then stretch your left toes up and back. Three-legged down dog. Inhale. Exhale, step forward. Left foot through to the top of the mat. Sink your right knee. As you inhale, fingertips float to the sky. As you exhale, right fingertips land off the mat. Cactus your left elbow and spin your heart upward. Catch your back foot if you like. One more breath in and out. Unwind. Right toes tuck behind you. Dig into your feet. Breathe in and send the breath into your heart as you lift your back knee off the ground. Crescent lunge. With your breath out, step down into your left foot. So much so that right leg glides up and back. Airplane pose. Inflate your heart with your breath in. With your breath out, rise to standing, kick your right heel in and find a connection. Heel of the hand to your right big toe mound. Breathing in, stretch up through the left side body. Breathing out, take a little back bend, dancer's pose. Kicking, right shin back. Create the beautiful wine glass shape with your body. Find the energy between your inner thighs. Energize your right glute. One more breath in. As you breathe out, press down, rise up to standing. Place your right foot beside your left one. Inhale here. Exhale, forward fold, dive it down. Breathing in, halfway lift, widen your feet. Breathing out, sink to a squat. Inhale in your squat, arms up. Exhale, sitting bones root, knees together, legs straight or bent, breathing in Navasana. Breathing out, Ardha Navasana. Take an inhalation to press your belly button to your spine. Exhale, left knee towards your chest. One more breath in, prepare. Breathing out, lean forward, step down into your left foot, root your fingertips, lift your left heel or don't. Glide your right foot to hover an inch off the ground, and then inhale, float it back, standing L. Exhale, open up your hip and dive down into standing splits. One more breath in. Breathing out, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, bow down. Keep your feet together, lift your heels, bend your knees deeply, and sink your hips all the way down to your heels. Now you can keep your fingertips rooted and kind of walk them forward to create a really rounded shape. Or if you want to challenge your balance, just wrap your forearms around your shins and it's like you're giving yourself a big hug here. Compress and squeeze everything in tightly. Heels stay really lifted. Deep breath in. And out. Fingertips to the mat if they're not. Come through a little squat and take a seat. And we'll land in Baddha Konasana. We're right here anyway. Bringing the soles of the feet together. Pull your heels in tight towards your sitting bones and allow your knees to open up wide. You can press your elbows down a little onto your inner thighs, but then lengthen up through your heart and through your spine. And then as you breathe out, you can start to bow in, bow forward. Any amount. Start to crawl your fingertips forward. Close your eyes and feel for the fluidity of your breath. Feel for that rinsing, cleansing effect of every exhalation as your body gets softer and softer. Begin to press down and slowly make your way back up to a seat. Take hands to outer thighs and bring your knees closed. And then roll down to lying on your back. Just take a slow, deliberate, intentional roll all the way down using your core strength so that one vertebra at a time lands softly. And then finally, as the back of your head lands, take your arms open wide like a T shape. Hug your knees in toward your chest about halfway. And actually, before you lift your feet, send your hips a little to the left. Pick them up and just glide them slightly left. Then, knees toward the chest, drop your legs off to the right. From here, you can elongate your spine a little by lifting up the heart and walking it toward the back of your mats. And then send your eyes over your left fingertips and allow everything to let go. The muscular engagement can be relaxed now, all the way down to your hands and your fingers, and to your feet and your toes. Just drop. Start to roll back through the center. Place your feet down for a moment so you can lift up your hips and wiggle them toward the right side of your mat a little. And then knees to the chest, drop the knees off to the left. You can lengthen the back of the spine if you like, or the top of the spine, and turn your eyes over your right thumbnail. Maybe close them or soften them, whatever feels sweet and good to you. Just feeling your breath. Come to center once again and hug your knees in tight to your chest. Give yourself a really big hug here. Let's keep the back of the head down for a moment and feel the pressing of the weight of your pelvis into the mat so you get a little low back release from this body weight massage. Then curl in, chin to chest, squeeze everything super, super tight. Take a full breath in. And then breath out to find Savasana. Final resting pose. Let your body relax into the surface beneath you. Everyone take a full breath in here. Open your mouth, big sigh. One more of those. Inhale, filling up. Check for tension. Exhale, wash it away. And then let yourself drift off here for a few minutes. Allow your breath to return to a really intuitive state. Natural, easy, free. Just like little waves washing over you as you rest. You can stay here resting as long as you have time for. If you're ready to begin coming back to life, start deepening your breath again, filling up fully, and then letting go of all the breath as you exhale. When you feel ready to move, bring some little movements, little wiggles to fingers and toes. Gentle wake up. When your next inhalation comes, stretch really far forward through the tips of your toes as you glide your arms by your ears and stretch back through the tips of your fingers. When you breathe out, roll to a side, lazy roll into fetal pose, rest your head, drop everything here. And then start to rise up to a seat, but don't be in any rush to get there. Take your time, nice and lazy, as you meet in Sukhasana. Here in Sukhasana, set up your really spacious open seat, just like where we began. Palms face the sky. Relax your shoulders and just be here. Wash a couple breaths through everything you can feel. Now, as you move into the rest of your day and the week ahead, see how much you can bring your consciousness to your breathing and how the breathing can impact the rest of your experience. Draw your palms to meet in prayer at heart center. Take one final inhalation through your nose. Exhale, sigh out of your mouth. Lift your heart and bow your chin to your chest. Namaste. Thank you so much for spending time with me on your mat today. I hope you enjoyed this class. I'd love to hear what you thought. If you have a moment to leave a comment below, I always love to hear from you. You're also welcome to subscribe to my channel down below and join as a monthly donation member, as all of this really helps to support me. I hope you're doing really well, and I will see you soon in the next class. Bye.